Welcome to Chapter 5 of The Divide. Please like and subscribe. Before knocking, Julia and Matthew took a moment to look at the impressive wooden door that was attached to the headmaster's office. There was a heavy brass handle in the center, surrounded by circular-shaped carvings all around. "The design," spoke Julia. "It looks like the handle is a stone dropped in water and the circles are the ripples expanding out." At the bottom of the door, the ripples dissolved around a scary-looking image of a beast. The animal, it was a cross between a lion, a dragon, and, surprisingly, even a unicorn. Matthew immediately recognized the beast. "Ah, that's Shezhi," he said to Julia. What?" she said. "In ancient Chinese culture, this thing was the symbol of fairness and justice, and it has the power to know evil and good. It's kind of like the ultimate Pokemon card, of justice anyway." "And you know about this thing from where?" asked Julia, half surprised and half not, since her brother was the king of random facts. "Oh, YouTube rabbit hole," he replied. I think it started with how to make chicken nuggets, and somehow it ended with mysterious animals in Chinese culture. Honestly, one of the best rabbit holes ever." "That brain of yours," replied Julia with a laugh. "It soaks in everything like a sponge." "So, what do you think, Maddie? Is this door super cool or super creepy?" Super duper creepy cool," he replied with a laugh. "Well, here goes nothing," Julia said as she gave 3 loud knocks on the door. "Enter," came a boisterous voice from inside. Julia turned the brass handle and pushed the weighty door open. Entering, they could see a big man in a pinstripe suit standing by the window. He was looking out into the courtyard of the school as if pondering something deeply. Turning around, he showed a classic horseshoe-shaped bald man's hairline, along with owl-like eyebrows, both which appeared to be scowling down as he made eye contact with Julia and Matthew. "The Cranes, I presume," he spoke deeply. "I hope you enjoyed your welcome to Eminence." He then smiled and gestured for them to take a seat. "Which welcome?" whispered Matthew. "The school's or his daughter's?" Julia answered quickly with a pinch on Maddie's leg, which then led to a sudden "Ouch!" "Are you okay, young man?" asked the headmaster. Yes, replied Matthew. "Just a cramp, sir." "Mr. Intersphere, young man. That's my name, not sir. Brooke Intersphere, but Mr. Intersphere to the students. And you, young lady, the heroine of the shopping mall. Very pleased to meet you." Julia smiled and introduced herself. "Very pleased to meet you as well, Mr. Intersphere. I'm Julia, this is my brother Matthew, and we are excited to be at your school. We promise you we are going to do the best we can." "Yeah, I'm sure you will try." He spoke with a hint of sarcasm. "Let me ask you both, how are you with following rules?" "Rules, sir?" spoke Matthew quickly. "Why, that might as well be my middle name, Jules, too. There's going to be no problems from us." "Mr. Intersphere, not sir," the headmaster replied with slight annoyance. "Ah, yes, that's a rule. I can see that now. No problem from us, Mr. Intersphere." "That's comforting," he responded before turning his attention to Julia. "Eminence, it is what it has become only because students follow the rules. Usually our vetting process is extremely thorough, ensuring every student is of eminence ilk. Yet you both managed to jump the line, and although we are happy you are here, our ecosystem, it cannot be disturbed. The ecosystem of obedience, you see. This is what is of utmost importance." Ecosystem of obedience, repeated Matthew with his lips then stitching in his laughter. That's the ecosystem we want, Mr. Intersphere, interjected Julia, who knew her brother needed saving from his own quick wit. Are there any rules that we should be extra observant of, Mr. Intersphere? Well, he replied, all. Yet a few pillars of obedience that come to my mind at the moment. Let's start with one. No posting anything on social media regarding the school. No photos, no complaints, nor praise. Nothing. 2. Leaving the campus or having a visitor requires a pass from the administration. No coming and going as you please. This is for your safety and the safety of the other students. 3. No dating. Relationships will form and we hope friendships will blossom, yet dating other students is strictly prohibited. 4. Do you see the beautiful swimming pool in the front of the school? Julia replied with a sad yes, expecting to be told that they couldn't use it. Yet, to her surprise, Intersphere said nothing of the sort. Yes, please swim in it all you want. I read that you enjoy swimming, Julia, and with your swimming prosthetic, I'm sure you'll make great use of it. However, there is another swimming pool in the basement of this school, the faculty's pool. It is strictly prohibited for students to swim there. Strictly prohibited for students to even be there. Is that understood? He then paused and looked sternly at both Julia and Matthew. Yes, that is clear, replied Julia, and from Matthew a quick si, senor came out. Good, he replied. And finally, number 5. The curfew is 9 p.m. on weekdays and 10 p.m. on the weekends. You and your brother had a special request to room together. Usually the boys' dorms are on the left of the school and the girls' dorms are on the right. However, with your request and slight pressure even from the president himself, we will allow you both to room together. The only available space for this accommodation, however, is in the clock tower, which is the attic of this building. Actually, you will be right above my office, so we will be neighbors of sorts. The school has prepared it to be as comfortable as possible, yet keep in mind it is an attic with a giant clock and not a 5-star hotel. So, any questions? Julia and Matthew looked at each other and confirmed that they were fine. No, Mr. Intersphere, no questions, replied Julia. We, however, want to thank you again for having us. The headmaster smiled. Gratitude. That's a good quality for anyone, especially for a handicap. Tell me, Julia, are there any special requirements for you and your leg? We are sympathetic, and we are happy to assist if you need anything. No, nothing special is required, snapped Julia with slight anger in her voice. Since my knee was not lost, I have most of my mobility. I won't be a problem. We won't be. And Mr. Intersphere? Yes, Julia. Gratitude looks great on everyone, she mentioned, not only on the disabled. Well spoken, child. Well spoken. Mr. Intersphere politely ushered them out of his office, and he returned to the window. Lighting his pipe, he thought deeply about what Julia and Matthew would mean for Eminence. After meeting them, after getting to know them, he still didn't want them there yet. He no longer wanted to kill them either.